Want to taste?
Okay.
They're high in antioxidants.
Oops. Sorry.
I love them.
That was my first spoonful of pomegranate seeds.
I love them. They're so good for you.
This is the Daily Smash for Tuesday, December 6, 2022. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
We're low-key and underdressed.
And
Apologies.
and zero makeup on. I have zero makeup on. Well, no, I have lipstick on because I thought
Ding, ding. Because Kelly had her MRI today. So this episode of The Smash will be story time with Kelly, devoted to your MRI. Before we get to that, we want to remind everyone we have a live show coming up in Southern California in Garden Grove on Thursday afternoon, 5 p.m. at Blazin Shabu, which is apparently the only conveyor belt restaurant, Shabu restaurant in California.
wow.
And they have unlimited ice cream.
Every reason to go.
Well, that's what, if you didn't have enough reason already. Oh, let me turn that thing up.
Turn what up?
This.
Oh, turn that up. Turn it up. Pump it up.
So all you need is a reservation at 5 p.m. And you can join us. We're going to do the show live. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of people coming. It's going to be a good time. So that's go to blazinshabushabu.com and reserve your spot for this Thursday. If you're not subscribed here on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and the like and the bell, the notification bell, so you'll know when we post, which is twice a day now. Real quick, why don't you tell them how you almost got hacked today?
Oh my God. So my girlfriend, Nicole Contreras, was...
Her daughter.
Her daughter is not Harry Belafonte, but is it Harry Belafonte?
Isn't it his son who she was married to?
Yeah.
Nicole was married to?
Yeah. So my friend Nicole, she had this baby. Her name's Giselle. And then he dumped her and ended up marrying Mel B from the Spice Girls. Ended up having a kid with Mel B. Mel B has many baby daddies, but she was a great, great mom to Giselle. So I'm very close with Giselle and her mom, and they live in Pacific Palisades.
Yeah.
Anyway, Giselle sends me an inbox,
a DM
on Instagram, and says, "Hey, I am doing this thing. Can you vote for me?"
Right.
Right. So I'm like,
just click on this link and send it back to me.
Yeah, click on this link and send it back to me. So I said, huh. So I click on the link and it doesn't do anything.
No, the link was to reset your password on Instagram.
No, then they asked me for my phone. She asked me for my phone number, and I already knew that she had my phone number, but I took a Xanax before I went into my MRI.
Yeah.
And by the way, that Xanax was like nothing. It did nothing for me because I had to press that button, eject myself out of that bad boy. That's another story. So I'm kind of not. I'm kind of out of it. I'm sitting right next to Rick, and I'm like, why does she want my phone number?
But before I could stop Kelly, she sent it.
I sent it like an idiot that I am.
And then I said, Kelly, you don't share any personal information. There are a lot of hackers out there. They're all trying to get your personal information. So she immediately deleted it.
I immediately unsent it. So I call Nicole Contreras, and I call her, and I said, she's like, oh, no. Giselle got hacked. I'm like freaking out because not only did I have my phone number, I sent the link from my phone number like a moron. And then I unsent it immediately, like when you said stop.
I think you're okay. But the point is, you cannot share personal information. You have to know who you're responding to. There are a lot of scam artists out there.
I mean, that is like the creepiest thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they got hers, and then, so I thought, she's, a teenager. They're doing these, you know how they are, those teenagers, they want to vote. But seriously, like, you got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, especially now. I mean, things are getting worse. And it's the holidays.
Could you imagine if I would have got hacked? Like, I would have lost all my 769,000 followers.
That would have sucked, babe.
What would have happened? Would I have had to start all over?
Yeah, and your name would have been compromised. Your identity is compromised. they would have been really cautious moving forward, probably with your identity because of the hacking.
So I told him to go F off.
All right, let's move on to the MRI story because we don't want to.
I want to see if I got hacked. I haven't looked.
No, I think you're fine. You wouldn't have access to your account. There would be random weird posts. You're fine.
That was so scary, though. I really had I just took a Xanax and I had anxiety. But
you were not in the right headspace to be dealing with what you dealt with.
Right. So I go in for my MRI and I go in the testing one because they said it was a bigger one. I don't know how much bigger it was because it was still a freaking tube.
If you've never had an MRI, it looks like a giant donut with a shelf that just slides in and out, and you lie down on the shelf, and
it's like you're gonna coffin.
You go into this thing.
But not only that is a thing that makes you. They have you like this, so you can't move.
They don't want you to move because they're doing these magnetic images and resonance images or whatever, and any movement can throw it off.
So we go in there at 11 for my MRI. I took a slight Xanax, right? And I immediately freaked out and I pressed the button and I go, there's just no way I can do this.
They give you this ball, and if you squeeze the ball, it's like, abort, get me out of here. And that's what you did that right away.
And the reason why I'm getting this MRI is because I had this problem with my shoulder and it's been going on for way too long.
Chronic pain right here.
Chronic pain, and I need to know what it is. So
yeah.
I call, she's like, the lady goes, I go, is there any way I can come back? She's like, you need to take a sedative. You need to take a Valium. So I call my doctor, Dr. Raffagew, and I said,
they had an appointment at 3 that afternoon.
Yeah. So I said, you're going to have to give me something so I can get in this. I really need to go in this. He's like, okay, take a Valium. When you be 2, you can take 2, whatever. So my other friend's a doctor. She's a psychologist. And I said, can I take 2 of these Valiums? She said, oh, yeah. And I go, you know what? I go, can I have a glass of wine with it to make sure? So
we're not recommending this for
for
you folks back home.
But she said I could. So I take the Valium, 45 minutes before. I'm like, I'm not feeling anything. I am not feeling a darn thing. I must have
I could tell she was feeling it.
Yeah.
I could tell.
So we get in there, and I'm like, as soon as I open my eyes, then I start to freak out. I close my eyes, and I'm fighting with my mind.
Can I just stop you for a second? I went in there with her, just in case she needed me. I wanted to be there with her to hold her hand or rub her feet, whatever. They told me I couldn't because she didn't. They wanted her move. They didn't want her moving. But I sat in there with her for the whole 25 minutes when she did it, and I was so proud that you were able to endure.
Sorry, I had to have one of those. They're so good. So the first time I went in that MRI before I pressed button, they had that song on, Teenage Wasteland. It's always Teenage Wasteland. And I was like, oh my God, we're all wasted. I'm like, boom. So I go back in there and I'm like,
I would have done that too. I hate that song.
I know. I'm like, I went in there and I go, can we have some chill music? Like spa-like, calm, cool. She's like, yeah. She put those on.
Headphones.
I go in there and I'm fighting with my mind. I'm like, oh my God, you got to do this. You got to do this. Oh wait, you can't do this. Oh, you can do this. Oh, you can do this. You're fighting with your mind.
But didn't I give you a good pep talk before you went in?
Yes, you did. You gave me a great pep talk.
I was reminding her how important this was for her to find out what's wrong with her, and also that nothing bad could happen to her. She was in a safe place. I was there just in case, but it wasn't going to hurt her. She just needed to relax and let her mind drift off and just get this done.
Dude, I fell asleep. It was awesome. It was great. But the thing that bothered me was like,
if you've never been in an MRI, it is so loud. It is ridiculously loud. And it's a series of different kinds of loud noise. Like, and then, yeah.
Like just like that.
And it goes on for like 2.5 minutes, each separate sound.
Yeah.
As it's doing these. And I'm like, why don't they just make it silent? I'm sure they could make a quiet MRI.
I don't know. Are they going to ever have an MRI where you don't have to be in a tube?
When you stayed in the whole time, beyond shocked that you were able to hang in there.
Yeah,
so
it's because I had 2 Valiums and a glass of wine.
Well, good for you.
Yes.
Speaking of wine, El Cristiano sponsors the Daily Smash.
That is not wine.
It's not wine, it's tequila. It's among the finest tequila that you can find anywhere. It's the finest blue agave, aged at least 5 years from the Jalisco Highlands. It's purity, passion, and promise in every bottle. And you can find it at el-cristiano.com or keganbottle.com.
I was going to say that.
You say it.
keganbottle.com.
Very good. I have one. Oh, by the way, great story time. Great story time.
Oh. No, I have another story time.
That's coming up.
Okay.
One item in the news.
Uh-huh.
In the news.
In the news. Sorry, I'm out of it.
You are really out of it.
I'm ready for bed. I'm not kidding.
You remember Lady Gaga? Her dog walker got shot, and they stole her dog.
I was like, yeah, they shot me.
Yeah, he was like screaming on the street.
Yeah. No, it was he.
The man who shot Lady Gaga's dog walker and stole her French bulldogs last year has been sentenced to over 2 decades behind bars.
Wow. Well, that was attempted murder.
James Howard Jackson accepted a plea deal on Monday and will spend the next 21 years in prison in Los Angeles County. According to the LA County District Attorney's Office, Jackson pleaded no contest to 1 count of attempted murder, but admitted the allegation of inflicting great bodily injury and to a prior strike. He had been charged with attempted murder, conspiracy to commit a robbery, and assault with a semi-automatic firearm. He was one of 5 people who participated in the violent robbery and its aftermath. One guy got 4 years. Another guy's getting sentenced in like a week. But he's the guy who pulled the trigger.
Oh, wow.
He shot the guy.
Why would he have to shoot a guy? Just take the dog. And by the way, why was that guy fighting with him? I would have said, here, take the dog.
Well, yes. But the group's motive, apparently they didn't know that these were Lady Gaga's French bulldogs. But the value of those dogs can be thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars per animal. This afternoon on the Smash with Kelly, she shares another story time with Kelly. She shares her Michael Avenatti adventures now that he's been sentenced to another 14 years in the big house. Yes, Kelly knows Michael Avenatti and has stories.
I went out with him.
Stories to tell. That's
I
this
dated
afternoon.
that crook, but I broke up with him as soon as I knew his crookedness.
More on Michael Avenatti and Kelly at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Rick and Kelly Show YouTube channel. So make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be epic. And if you haven't subscribed
I'm
yet,
going to be on a documentary too.
About Avenatti.
About Avenatti.
Yeah.
I was in there for hours telling the whole story. It should be really, really
But this
good.
is going to be a sneak preview of that.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the notification bell and the subscribe button and the like button so we can hit our goal and you can
We're
be notified.
almost there, you guys.
every
So
time we post.
thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Have a smash-tastic day.
Yes.
We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.